Restaurants these days love to try to outdo one another with their advertising. We've got the biggest burgers, more beef, more meat, more bacon, more cheese, whatever you want. These commercials, these advertisements, billboards, they always say that our product is better, superior in some way to our competitor. And we as consumers expect those advertisements to at least be honest. And what we're finding out now, according to a new class action lawsuit, is that that may not always be the case. Joining me now to talk about this is Scott Hardy from Top Class Action. Scott, I appreciate you being with me today.
Thanks, Farron. This is an interesting class action, isn't it?
It is. Smashburger, not something we actually have down here in the South, although it is something, you travel a lot, you see these places. They're now facing a lawsuit because they've advertised that some of their bigger burgers are more beef, more everything, but this lawsuit says that's not exactly the case. Tell us what's happening.
Sure. So Smashburger, as a lot of folks around the country know, is a very, very fast-growing franchise of the casual fast food atmosphere where you walk in, they make your hamburgers fresh, and I have to say, they are very tasty burgers. So I was really saddened when I saw Smashburger. We've got a lot of them here in Phoenix, and to see this class action where they have their triple double burger, which is supposed to be triple the cheese and double the meat and good, and I'm sure it's very tasty as all their food is, but the class action alleges that even though it might actually be triple the cheese, maybe the double the meat is just two patties, but instead of actually doubling your meat if you got a regular Smashburger burger, they take the regular Smashburger patty and just cut it in half, and then they smash both of those little guys right there and give you your double burger, which technically is a double cheeseburger, but it sure doesn't sound like double the meat to me. And if this is actually true, it's a bit disheartening that you would have such a successful franchise that is already growing by leaps and bounds all over the country, and that they feel that they might have to go ahead and cheap out a little bit to make a double burger. It really surprised me, frankly.
And a lot of people, I'm sure, probably see this and say, okay, well, they're cutting the patty in half. You're still getting the two patties. But the problem is that you're being charged as if there is more meat, double the meat, which is what they're claiming is happening. Double the beef. That is the actual advertisement. That is the slogan. That is what they're telling you you're getting. And you're paying a premium for that. And so any consumer out there that believes that they are paying for something, because that's what the company says you're getting, you're entitled to that thing for which you are paying extra. I'm sure if a lot of people out there had known that, oh, well, this isn't actually more meat, it's not technically more food, why would I spend more money on this when there is an alternative? Even if it's just a different Smashburger. And that's where these issues arise. It's not just, oh, I'm not getting as much beef as I had wanted. It's, I was duped into paying more for product X when I should have just been buying product Y, saved money, and essentially gotten the same thing, right?
Exactly. And as Pink Floyd used to say, you can't eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat. Well, unfortunately, you don't even get your double meat here, so I don't know if Smashburger is going to get their pudding. But the class action will go ahead and figure out exactly if they are, violating the law. I'd be very shocked to see this one go very far. I think the PR by itself is really hurting Smashburger, which has a very positive image in the press and among their fans. So I think that they'll want to settle this quickly and ideally send out a whole bunch of free triple double burger coupons to their biggest fans out there who may feel that they have been duped by this marketing push for double the meat when it's just a regular old patty but split in half.
Right. This sounds like something that the company, they can easily remedy on their side, with the production of the burger. And as you just said, sending out coupons, sending out, gift cards, whatever it is, that's something that can be handled very quickly. Consumers can, feel confidence in this company. So hopefully they'll do the right thing here. Again, sounds pretty easy to both fix and make amends. So hopefully that's what we see happen. If anybody needs any more information about this particular class action, you can follow the link in the description of this video. Head on over to topclassactions.com and get all of the information that you need. Scott Hardy, Top Class Actions, thank you for talking with us today.
Thanks, Farron. I appreciate your time.